Hello and welcome to a new forms video. The team have been working hard over the last few months to improve the form service, and we're going to focus today on the actions toolset because that's been completely overhauled and improved and extended beyond what was possible before. So I thought it's time to make a new video and look at what benefits this brings to us. So you might have noticed a release back in April of this year, in 2021, which moved all the actions into one place, and it's accessed by this blue button. Before, actions were tied to a particular control. So that was the first step, really. And then the next step in the development was to extend what's possible with the actions by supporting fully definable equations. And that was just released last week, August 2021. And this is the focus of our video today. Now, I've not used every function in here, but hopefully this will give you a flavor of what's possible. And using this new approach, it means we can define some useful calculations to run on any of our forms with relative ease. Here's an example form that I've created to demonstrate this new functionality. In this form, I need to calculate an overall safety score from the values entered in the above boxes. In this example, the site engineer would fill out each box with a numerical value, and the form will calculate an average, and that forms the safety score. It was possible to do this before, but it would require multiple scripts, one for each control, to run successfully. Now we can do it with one, and it makes it much more easy to set up and, crucially, much more easy to maintain. And remember, once we've created a form with the actions that we need, we can use that as a template for other forms on other projects. Let's look at how this action script is created. This is my safety checklist. It's nearly complete. I just need to add a control for the total value, or the total safety score. If it's below 8, then the site can't operate. If it's above 8, then we're all good. This safety score box, as well as all of the controls that I want to use in my equation, must be number box controls. For the safety score box, I'm going to make it a decimal binding because the average score could be a decimal, not necessarily a whole number. If I use a whole number binding and it is a decimal, then it will give me a warning that that's not correct. I'm going to make this control read only because I don't want anyone to be able to manually enter a value in here. This is purely a calculated value. To make our lives a bit easier when we're doing the equation, I like to rename the controls into something I can understand. So once I've done that, you'll notice I've also renamed all of the number boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the total. And then I can create the script. So I need to give the script a name and then change the actions within the script. So the default trigger is when any form data changes, so we can leave that as it is. And we also don't need any conditions to be met. This is always applicable. And we do need to define some actions. So we change the type to math, and we select our target box. So that's where the value is going to appear. And that is our number box total. Then I'm using a very simple equation here, which is just the average function. And then within the brackets, we put in every number box that we want to be subject to that average calculation. And I'm just separating each of those with a comma. And the system's giving us live feedback whether the equation is valid or not. And for this example, that's it. That's all we need to do. Now, I always use the preview just to test what we've done. And you'll notice in the preview here that I've actually colored the box in red or green, depending on the outcome. And I'll describe how to do that in another video.